Good.
Please stand.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. Appreciate it. We have a good crowd tonight. We have quite a bit of business to conduct, so we'll get started. First, I'll start with my report, and then we'll have the city administrator report. We're moving forward very deliberately on the development of fiber optic utility. We're working on legal aspects and waiting to see if the federal government will enact any new and more beneficial legislation which will help Herman. We anticipate holding a referendum at the August election. We have work to do. The past 2 years, this is on sales tax numbers, the past 2 years rank number 1 and number 2 as the two highest sales tax collections in the past 10 years, including years that Alco operated. This is explained by citing the very large number of new businesses that opened in the past 2 years and are now paying sales tax. Lodging tax numbers, the past 2 years rank 1 and 2 as the two highest lodging tax collections in the past, well, since the tax has been instituted. Industrial expansion. 3 industrial businesses are considering expansion. The city's met with those. Mark and I have met with them, and 1 has already done so. We have been asked not to disclose details, but production increases, additional employees, and new businesses are being considered. This will mean more good-paying jobs. Industrial expansions are usually carried out quietly and often go unnoticed. MyFest. The new MyFest Commission has met again and is being regularly attended by about 20 volunteers. Plans are well underway to have a fantastic MyFest 2018. This year's theme is learning our past to lead our future. We'll have the usual JC's beer tent with music, bouncy houses, vendors, German dancing in the streets, street vendors, car tractor and antique exhibits, blacksmithing exhibitions, and displays, window decorations, historic tours, food, drink, and more. Now it gives me probably one of the greatest pleasures I have is to welcome a new employee. And we're going to ask Tammy to come forward in just a minute, but over the past month, the city has deliberated and kind of gone over a list of about 18 candidates, 17 or 18, and distilled that number down to 5, then down to 3, and now down to 1. And the city has chosen Tammy Bruckeroff to be the new Director of Tourism and Economic Development. And I would like to call her forward and congratulate her on her selection and also wish her the best in the future. Tammy, please come forward.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, my hands are cold.
That's okay.
Do you have anything you want to say? Or?
Can't wait to get started. I'm really ready. Let's do this, Herman.
All right. We're
See you
ready to
Friday. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, I think we'll be very satisfied with our selection, and I think the Tammy is going to be a real springboard for even more progress in tourism in the future, and then economic development. We're going to hold the fort on that till she gets up to speed, but she'll be ready to roll. Okay, that's what I have for tonight. Mark.
Yep. A few things, mostly public works related. I continue to work on grants and will be submitting 3 bids for a new forklift for our recycling operation later this week. The street department has been busy with the ice, as you can imagine. I want to thank them for their dedication once again. They are also working on equipment and helping the water department with several water leaks. And the water and the gas department has been busy with water leaks. Been several since my last report. Park department has been working on restrooms and benches. And we'll start work on the basketball court when the weather allows. And the city electric crews have been pulling wire for the East 4th Street lighting and tennis court circuits. They have also energized a new service at Seatall Well and have been replacing old meters.
Very good. Okay, well, let's get started on the ordinances.
The first bill on for second reading is Bill number 2018-03. It would be an ordinance to amend Herman Municipal Code Section 420.830, amendments to the zoning ordinance, to provide that no more than one application for amendment shall be made every 2 years.
I move the bill second read.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion's carried.
Next, Bill number 2018-04 on for second reading. An ordinance to provide that the city of Herman, Missouri will participate in the 2018 Show Me Green Sales Tax Holiday.
Make a motion to approve second reading. Second.
We have a motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried.
Next, on for first reading is Bill number 2018-05, and it would be an ordinance to amend ordinance number 2066 regarding the budget for fiscal year 2017-2018.
I move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried.
If you all would consider reading it twice tonight, that would be beneficial to us, getting the numbers changed before we print out new budget reports for the upcoming budget.
Sounds good.
All right.
Need to read it second.
Read it again.
Bill number 2018-05, an ordinance to amend ordinance number 2066 regarding the budget for fiscal year 2017-2018.
Make a motion and second read.
Second.
We have a motion for second reading and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried.
Next, Bill number 2018-06, first reading. An ordinance to authorize the execution of a municipal services and material contract by and between the city of Herman, Missouri and Breaks Tree Care for utility right-of-way clearing.
Mark, we discussed this at the last meeting. Was any progress made? And what
I haven't heard back from Mr. Bryson.
Then I move to approve the bill.
Second.
We have a motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Let me check.
We need a second reading on that.
All right. Bill number 2018-06 for second reading. An ordinance to authorize the execution of a municipal services and material contract by and between the city of Herman, Missouri and Breaks Tree Care for utility right-of-way clearing.
Make a motion to approve second. Second.
Motion's made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. Trish, did we not have another ordinance that was supposed to be in there? We did not. What about the ordinance that changed the period of time?
No more than every 2 years.
What was it?
We did.
So, okay, let's move on. We have resolutions.
The first is resolution number 1245. It would be a resolution to describe facts and reasons for a necessary amendment to the city's budget for fiscal year 2018. And the statute on budget amendment says that when you pass an ordinance to amend the budget, you should also pass a resolution to explain the facts and reasons why you're doing the budget amendment. So here's Exhibit A that explains the adjustments being made to the various accounts and why the budget amendment ordinance is necessary.
I move to approve the resolution.
Second.
We have a motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried.
Next is resolution number 1246. It would be a resolution to approve a job description for youth league coordinator.
This is a new position that the park board requested we create. They would like to have one coordinator over all of the youth sports, all three of them. And you'll see here later on your agenda where they're actually suggesting the hire for that position.
So is there says the pay rate is for a year. Does that mean they'll be actually doing things all year round or just during the period of summer and spring?
Each year they'll have to hire a new person for the position, but they're to oversee each one of the sports entities, basically.
But just during the...
It'll take several months, for the 3 sports, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
But
what
as
I'm
needed.
Yeah, there's no other really duties in the winter or anything. Okay.
Bruce, I assume this was discussed in length probably.
Yes, it's been discussed a couple times at the park board meeting, and they had a thorough conversation about it, and this is what they recommend.
Okay,
Now, this does not specifically mention a certain sport. Is this several sports?
Youth league coordinator.
Oh, there we go, Little League Soccer. I missed that line, okay. Now, later on here, it looks like we're going to be approving a person for this position. I assume they're aware of it? Okay.
They have the job description,
The
yes.
park board's been taken care of.
Oh, okay.
This is all by their recommendation.
Just wanted to make sure.
Then will he or she have to set up a budget of some sort and present that to the park board or vice versa?
And then the park board will work, submit that.
They pretty well have
Okay.
their monetary, what the sports cost and the uniforms and all that. They do it every year. And just trying to get a little more organized to have one person take care of all of it instead of bouncing it off several people.
That's good. I
any
make-
more discussion?
Make a motion to approve hiring a youth league coordinator.
Second?
We have a motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried.
And the next resolution on the agenda is resolution number 1247. It would be to approve a job description for concession stand manager.
It's a similar.
That's another position they asked us to create, to have one person in charge of it. I think it'll streamline things better. We've yet to have any applicants for it, even though they've advertised. So if you're out there and you're interested,
If you're out there and interested,
I'll move to
Contact
approve the
Laura.
resolution.
Second.
we have a motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. Unfinished business. Any new business? I'd like to ask Mark, where do we stand on the electrical equipment that we want to buy for substation 3?
That's coming up.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Coming up?
Yep, it's in there.
All right, good. Learned about that. Anyone else? Okay. Let's move to motions. We had minutes. What do we want to do with them?
Second?
The motion made and seconded to approve the minutes. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes are approved. We have invoices for payment.
I move we pay the bills.
Second.
We have a motion made and seconded to pay the bills. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. Now, hire the youth league coordinator. This is a motion. Do we have a motion? Any discussion on that motion? What's your pleasure on that?
I move we go with the recommendation of the park board.
I'll second.
you
Okay,
should probably say her name. It's Nicole Lavier.
okay. We have a motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. Appoint Mark Wallace and Tammy Bruckroff as the city representatives to the Herman Regional Economic Development Committee. I talked with Susan Steers, and she's unsure as to whether we even have one voting person on that. She's going to check and let us know. We think we have 2.
Whoever Mark spoke to.
I spoke to Chris Tyson, who has the bylaws and said the city has 2 voting members.
Okay, good. Because Susan was going to check with him. So if we had then we're safe with 2. Okay, very good. More. Any discussion of that?
Make a motion approved.
Second?
We have a motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. Approve the bid for substation 3 transformer. Would you explain that?
Sure. We're working with Central Electric, who does maintenance and all the work on our current substations. This is the unit they use, buy, and keep parts for on hand. It was also low bid. It's still probably 18 to 24 months out, but we do have a placeholder for it to be started, to be built. So all we need is the approval tonight and get the purchase order sent and ready to go.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
I have a quick question.
Sure.
At the bottom of this sheet, it has cost of losses. Is that just downtime of putting it in, or what?
I'm not really sure, Brian. Base is awfully off, cost of losses. I really don't know. I can find out for you though. I'll ask.
I just wanted to know if that was what our bottom line is here. Is it 460 or 370?
He seems to think we're gonna pay $374.96. I don't know what this number represents, but I will find out.
Okay. Either way, it's still the lowest.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to approve the recommendation.
Second?
We have a motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. We have approved a bid for the storm water pipe. You want to explain that?
12th and Schiller. Most of you are aware that 12th is not in very good shape. There's no curb and gutter. Streets in need of repair. The water main needs to be replaced. But right at this intersection, it's really messed up when we got water running into a house, basically, when we get heavy rains. This pipe will head south and end up in Carroll's yard.
Appreciate that.
In that general direction. And alleviate a lot of that problem up on the hill right now. So this has been needed for a long time. There was an old drain up there that was actually caved in and stopped up for years and years and years. This will alleviate that water problem up there.
Well, let's alleviate it.
Make a motion.
Second. Oh.
We have a motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Outdoor seating permit renewal for Herman Worst House. This is an annual thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's for the area in the front of their restaurant. They're one of the few places in town where the sidewalk is wide enough for tables and chairs to be outside, plus a 6-feet walkway.
Okay.
Make a motion approved.
Second.
We have a motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. Conditional use permit, Mike and Lynette Sloan, Herman Worst House, outdoor liquor consumption.
This is in conjunction with that. It's for them being allowed to serve alcohol in that area.
Okay, and this is also an annual thing. Okay.
Chief, have you ever had any problems down there with them? No, we haven't. I move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't do any good to sit outside and enjoy the weather, but a little worse and a little beer is always good. Okay. We don't have any reports or boards and commission reports that I know of. I don't see anybody here. So that moves us to citizens' comments. We have one comment that I have, and it's Brad Wilkins. He wants to talk about tourism. And please come forward, Mr. Wilkins. this is for comments, so it's not questions, but comments, and the time is 3 minutes.
So I have to hand out a couple things, so we just have my time then. That was pulled off of the internet today. We went to the city attorney.
We have that.
So it's not questions, but I'm wondering who it is that answers questions about a lawsuit. Sure seems the city has spent a lot of money and a lot of time.
But before you go too much further, I'd recommend if this is about the current lawsuit, if you haven't already, you go ahead and speak to your attorney, you have an attorney, about what to say or what not to say here in public about the lawsuit.
I do. I have. I appreciate it. Thank you much. So what I'm trying to be let known is there was a negotiation, there was an agreement, and one person reneged on that agreement. So it is our feeling that grown men can sit down and negotiate out of this much cheaper than going through court. Now, what I can tell you for sure, what I know is everything that's been explained to me in Mr. Corpor's deposition, which I hope you're doing the minimal amount of homework and reading both the lawsuit and this man's deposition. Because he signed an affidavit to start this suit and then disagrees with it throughout his deposition. So what I can tell you is everything that the city has said to me that they're coming at me for, there is at least one other B&B in R2 zoning doing it. And the big one I just put in front of you. So it will be much cheaper, much quicker if 4 aldermen sit down with me and we go through a negotiation. If you don't believe me, I think you can ask the man there that there was a negotiation, there was an agreement, and it was backed out of, not by us. So I just hope everybody in Herman is getting the full story, and I hope certainly that the aldermen are. Thank you.
Do you think we have an agreement?
Well, I think that the same warning that I gave to Mr. Wilkins, I'd give to the city, since this is pending litigation, my recommendation would be not to comment on it. And we decided.
Very good. I'm going to take that recommendation. Wish we could comment, but we can't comment. So I have a lot to say, but I can't say it. It'll all come out on the 17th of April. Because we've had 5 or 6 postponements, but the final one we believe is April 17th. I hope we get everything done. It's for everybody's best interest. I'd like to have it settled. Okay, that is the agenda for tonight, I believe. Is there anything else? Okay. Do you have something?
I have something. I didn't realize I had to sign something and make ahead of time.
You came in the wrong door.
I came in the wrong way, and I usually do. I had the pleasure of winning second place in the statewide tourism photography contest with this photograph taken in Herman. And I would like very much if the city would accept this as my gift to the city to put on display in City Hall forever.
That's a long time, but we'll do our best. Let's hold it up. Sorry, it's beautiful. This is the winning.
What do we do when the photographer's holding the picture?
Well, I don't know.
Okay? It's beautiful. Let's turn it around so that the other city individuals can see this.
Yay! We'll
That
put a
is
good spot
awesome
right out in the
right there.
hallway.
Absolutely awesome.
I was very lucky to fall into place to get this picture.
Why don't you get the bus and the train to cooperate?
Getting them all lined up was a real trick.
Like horses where you
And it
kill
was
sugar.
a reclaim from a local barn being torn down
Thank
the
you, my
wood.
friend. Good work as usual.
Thank you.
We're proud of this and we'll put it
I feel
in
so happy
a nice
to
place.
live in Herman and be able to give a claim to something like this.
It's
It
the
was great.
the prettiest town in Missouri.
It's-
And I'll be at Jeff City tomorrow to tell people. The mayor's meeting, legislative day, and so forth.
Does it require a motion to accept a gift like that?
Then I think we can applaud. Yay!
Thank you, Mike.
Okay,
My pleasure.
it's our pleasure. Thank you. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
I so move.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Adjourn.
I have things for you folks to sign.
Oh, sure.
Of course you do. Let me see. Just leave it there and I'll sign it. Mike? Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.